join the conversation. Hello there. It is 7:30 on this Friday evening. That means it is time for Do You Like It or Not? I'm Saida, filling in for Chris Smith, who has the night off. He deserves it. We're going to talk about a lot of fun topics tonight, including the Clooneys never fighting with one another. I mean, I don't believe this. So we're going to talk about that. And then, people are trying to get rid of those filler words that I just mentioned right there, getting rid of that from their vocabulary. Do you like that or not? Or do you think that puts a little bit of pressure on people who, you know, sometimes need a little bit more time to think about what they're saying? And would you go to the libraries to rent out video games? This is for the video game enthusiasts. So do you like that or not? We're talking about so many fun things tonight, including pajamas under the pillow and so much more coming up. But first, this is a streaming show, so I'm going to talk to you about how you can watch all of this and be a part of it. Of course, we have a virtual co-host in our Zoom room, and we're going to check in with them in just a moment. But again, Fox Local, there's a lot of different ways to do it. If you're watching on YouTube, you can comment in the chat. I probably will read your comments and go through them. We like to see what you're thinking when we're talking about these things. And again, if you're watching on our website, fox5dc.com, or the app I mentioned, Fox Local, make sure you download that if you haven't done that so far on your phone. Fox Local will keep you up to date, and you want to join the Zoom room, we have posted that QR code as well. So we do have a couple of people in our Zoom room already. Who's in there? I know Freddie was one of the first people to join. Freddie, how are ya? Can you hear me? All right, we're going to get to Freddie in just a moment, but we're going to talk about our first story for all the couples that are watching tonight. George Clooney says he never fights with his wife, Amal Clooney. I don't blame him. I mean, she's gorgeous, but he's saying they just don't argue. And a lot of people he knows thinks that that is weird and annoying. So let's talk about that. According to People magazine, George says they have never had a fight. And he says he knows people don't understand this. And some of it is because he's at this point in his life, he says, where if she wants to paint the wall red, I don't care. George also added, you get to a point in life where you just go, why would that be a discussion or an argument? So we have a really amazing relationship because we're also so supportive of each other that it's like, I just don't care. So we will have our co-host joining us in just a moment here, but I want to go to my virtual co-host in the Zoom room. Do you guys like it or not? Freddie? Eddie and Christina, how are ya? I just mentioned couples never fighting. Happy Friday. Nice to see you guys on the Zoom today.
Friday.
Thanks for joining us.
Hey, happy Friday. How are you?
I'm good.
So for us, I think we might be split on this. I don't know how realistic that is for everyone. Now, we've been married for 25 years. And I can't say that that is true for us. We definitely have disagreements, and we definitely do argue. So, I mean, good for them. I mean, if that's a real thing for them, that's great.
Let me tell you, there's no way they don't argue. No way. They both travel. They both don't see each other. They both travel together. They both got. She takes her time getting. They have to go places, and she probably have to take her time to get dressed. There's no way they're not arguing. They may not have a big fight, but they argue.
So you think George is lying?
At least one disagreement in their life. Yeah. There's no way.
You think George is lying then?
Yes. I mean, he might think he might think it's not that big because it's not a big blow up. But trust me, they had a disagreement one time in their marriage when it was like, okay, we could just kill it now. But now they argued before. Nah, I don't believe that.
Well, you guys are a couple, and it's good that you guys are here because we get your perspective. I mean, I've met you guys in person. You guys are so adorable and have been together for a really long time. And, we want to ask you for some advice on this. Do you think it's healthier if couples fight, or is it better to not have those arguments? So maybe maybe what George is trying to say is that they don't have those big fights, like screaming at one another, you know?
Yeah.
You don't want to fight.
I agree.
You don't want to fight and argue, but it happens. And when it happens, you got to make the best of it and make it healthy after that. but it's going to happen.
Yeah, I think sometimes you might lose your cool. I think we're just human that way. So, I think there are very healthy ways to disagree and argue as you mature in your relationship. You start to learn that. And I think what he's doing is just kind of like succumbing to whatever, just because he doesn't want to disagree. That's what it sounds like. Where he's just like, okay, you want a red? Fine, it's red.
And also, one more thing. What to him may not be an argument. To her, it may be an argument. You know what I'm saying? We're just getting one side of the coin.
That's true. So, like, according to his perspective, it's not an argument.
Yeah.
Could it also be, you guys, that rich people don't really fight about anything? I mean, they have a lot of money, right? Do finances impact that?
Could be.
Yeah, could be. Yeah. But they argue at least one time in their marriage. Nah, I don't believe that. Yeah, they did at least one time. Yeah.
All right, let's talk to some other folks in the Zoom room. Omarion, excuse me. Omarion, welcome to the show. Nice to virtually meet you for the first time. So when we talk about couples not fighting like George Clooney and Amal Clooney, do you like it or not? Are you buying it?
Absolutely not. If it's a relationship, you are disagreeing, you are arguing. If you are married, it's going to come out. So I feel it's just a matter of time. So not arguing is like saying we don't breathe, we don't eat, we don't sleep. It's just unrealistic.
But, okay, where are you joining us from, first of all, and why do you think it's not healthy?
I'm here from Oklahoma.
Oh, wow.
Oklahoma.
Welcome.
Yeah. Thank you. And the way to pronounce my name is O Maria.
Maria.
O and then Maria. Yes.
Beautiful name.
Thank you. And so your question was, why is it not healthy?
Yes.
It's not healthy because in a relationship, it takes two people to understand each other. A relationship is dual. One person speaks, the other person hears or mishears. The other person wants to defend themselves. I believe fighting or at least disagreeing is healthy because you're showing the truth of what's within you. But if you're not arguing, you're bottling things in, you're people pleasing, you have on a mask. It's not the real you the person sees. And in a marriage, you guys didn't grow up together. You didn't go to the same school or upbringing. You have different ways you were raised and the way you believe and the way you act. So not arguing is like saying we see eye to eye on everything. Even siblings don't see. I have 4 older siblings. We definitely don't see eye to eye. Talk less of a stranger that you marry.
I respect that. That's a really good take. But when you think about it this way, both of them got married when they were older, right? They weren't a young couple. They didn't get married when they were in their early 20s or even their 30s. I believe Amal was in her 30s, but George was a lot older. Could age have an impact on something like this? When you met each other later on in life, when you were a couple, when you met as a couple in your 40s, you were obviously more mature and able to have normal conversations rather than these big fights that we see other couples having?
I would say the older you are, hopefully, well, they say age is nothing but a number, but the older you are, the more you would own the areas that you don't agree with. And the more that you are free because you've lived life, you've made mistakes, you are graying, you're in a walker, you are like, to hell with it. This is what I feel and I don't agree with you. If they were 18 years old, I would say, okay, they're still having the mask on. But my parents have been married almost 50 years. And yeah, my dad is 93, my mom is 73. And they disagree on a lot of things. And these folks are old. And so I say the older you are, the greater likelihood of you having the capacity to say, I don't agree. I love you, but I don't agree. Or this hurt me. But that maturity and age would even qualify you to disagree with someone healthily.
I love that. I love all these opinions. We want to thank our virtual co-host, and we're going to be talking to you guys throughout the night. But right now, I want to welcome in our in-studio co-host, who is a beauty queen, a lobbyist, and my fellow Pakistani sister.
Yes,
welcome to the show. Nice to see you.
I love being on.
Ahmad. So how have you been? We did the take together.
Yeah.
I believe it was around a month ago.
Yeah.
She's amazing to work with. So talk to us about what you've been up to.
Honestly, we had our Virginia elections going on, and so I've been so busy with that, trying to get people to come out and vote. You know, all of that messaging is so important. We had a record number of people come out. We have our first female governor in Virginia.
Absolutely.
So it was just a very, very eventful week.
I know, you've been a little busy.
Yeah.
Bisma, when you just walked in, we were talking about the Clooneys, George Clooney and Amal Clooney, and George Clooney said that he doesn't really fight. They don't really fight or argue with one another, and at this point in life, he says, he just doesn't care if she wants to do something that he might not agree with. So do you like it or not, as a couple, to never fight or argue? Do you like it or not?
It's not that I like it or not, I just don't believe it. Because I'm like, how do you never fight? I almost feel like it's healthy when I'm in a relationship. I'm like, okay, I'm waiting for that first fight. I want to see how he handles it and this and that. But there are always disagreements. I mean, maybe he meant like they're not screaming at each other, something like that, which super healthy, love. But you gotta be in some sort of disagreement. It's not real.
I think it's about money. You know, if you don't have anything to argue about, especially if you're so well off like them, what do you even fight about?
That's
you know?
true.
So I think that matters too. But a lot of you are saying, you're agreeing with Bisma, that you guys think that he's kind of lying. And that could be the case, you guys.
I know,
sometimes people lie to flex, like, oh, we never fight. Like, we all know couples that say that.
100%.
You know? And they have the Instagram post, and then outside of Instagram, it's like tearing each other's heads off.
Oh, yeah.
And then on Instagram, it's like a whole novel. So anyways, I could talk about this all night, but we got to move ahead here for my video enthusiasts. If you guys go to the library a lot, which I know a lot of us love to read, now libraries are offering or might offer a different service. You might be able to get this, rent out video games at your local library. Montgomery County libraries are soon going to offer more than books. They're now set to launch video game rentals. Libraries will offer games for Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo Switch. Moco shows reports that each card holder will be able to check out one game at a time per console type. It's expected to debut in the next few weeks. So it's happening pretty soon. And Bisma, video games at the library, do you like this or not?
You know what? It's weird. I'm not a gamer type of girl. I think it's a little weird because I'm used to going to the library, reading the book, and just kind of being a nerd about it. I feel like video games are such a different category. I know we have such a big amount of gamers nowadays. It's like such a thing. But I personally, I don't think it's necessary at the library.
I feel like I'm not a gamer. I don't even know the recent ones, Dungeons and Dragons. But let's go to our Zoom room with our co-host, because I know we have some gamers in there. Chad, are you in there, Chad? Do you like it or not, getting your video games from the library?
As a couple who does not argue.
Are you sure?
Also, I think along with cash, which is last night's topic, libraries are. How long we have left for library? Like 5 years, maybe. They're gone.
Are you kidding?
Don't say that. That's sad.
No.
We need our libraries, man.
Oh man. And then
Matt doesn't know this, but a lot of our movie streaming is done on subscriptions from the library. I use Hoopla and.
What? It's our first argument. Oh my god, are you kidding me?
You guys are already fighting.
Live on air. Oh my god.
Tisk.
Yeah, so I actually like this because I can rent games for my Switch now using my existing library card. This is great.
All right.
Chad didn't even know. Chad didn't even know.
I agree with this. I like it then. I like it because she says it.
That's cool. I didn't even know you could do that. I'm glad. What about, like, Freddie, you seem like a gamer. Do you like this?
I do, City. It's nice seeing you again. So yeah, this game's called Gran Turismo 6. I played it since I was 13 years old.
Oh wow!
It was a fun game. I have my library full of games, and especially I have a gaming PC. I just got it already. I'm using a gaming PC on the Zoom meeting.
Did you get that from the library, Freddie?
Well, that game, nah, I just got it from the video game store.
Are you going to rent out games if that becomes available in your local library for video games and everything like that?
Absolutely, yes, I will.
Okay, we're getting a lot of. We're getting a lot of likes.
Yeah,
for this.
I know.
I like it. So if they have video games in the library, I would like to rent one and take it.
Okay. I feel like it's a hot thing. Okay, there
No
we go.
controversy for
No.
this one. Well, I
No.
guess, I'm old. I live under a rock. I don't really know much about this.
Yeah.
The last video game I played was Tomb Raider, and I feel like that's pretty old now. So
Okay.
producer Jim is like, yeah,
I
that's
know.
kind of like geriatric category,
Yeah.
right, Jim?
I did Super Smash Brothers. I feel like that's still kind of a thing. So
Mario? I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're gonna move on because you guys mostly agree with this. So, yeah, so a lot of people, those are filler words apparently. A lot of people are now trying to get rid of filler words from their everyday conversation. So right now, or do you know what I mean? And they're wanting to sound more professional, more confident when they speak to folks. So, so, and people record minute-long videos now without using any of those words. If they slip up, they have to start over until 60 seconds pass without one filler word. A lot of people online are saying it helps you sound more confident, polished, and professional when you remove these filler words. Do you guys like this or not? Do you think filler words need to be taken out of the vocabulary? Because at some points, the Kardashians aired a couple of years ago, and the girls would talk like the Valley Girl thing. And I think a lot of people got into that habit and then started talking like that. But I don't think I judge that hard. But do you like this or not, getting rid of those filler words?
I'm just kidding. You know what? I think it's one of those things that we're all consciously trying to get rid of, right? And so especially like if you're doing a speech, right? When I did my TED Talk, I was like, I had to reread it 100 times to make sure I didn't say or have any like weird awkward silence. It's hard. It's actually really hard because I feel like silence is just naturally, it feels awkward.
It does.
When it shouldn't. You know what I mean? I'd rather just kind of stop and not say anything rather than so. But it's a work in progress.
Absolutely. It's tough for a lot of people. Is it tough for our virtual co-hosts? I'm sorry? David, are you looking to get rid of those filler words? Do you like it or not, getting rid of the filler words, David?
Yeah, I think people should get rid of those filler words. One of the worst moments in my life, 14 years old, we had a talent show. And my friends and I, we were struggling what we were going to do for our talent show. We decided to try to break the world's record for longest conversation without saying I broke it in 3 seconds. And there was, there was a girl I liked out in the audience, and everyone booed us off the stage, started singing na 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 na, hey, goodbye. And so worst moment of my life, but now I'm all better.
Oof,
It's
that's
gotta be the
harsh.
worst. Allison, what about you? Do you like it or not, getting rid of the and the and the whatever and
I would love if we could get rid of that. First, Judge Judy, watching that scared me from ever using filler words. And my dad also, who was a graduate from Howard University, he used to make sure that my vocabulary, my brother's vocabulary was very immaculate. So we were not allowed to use filler words. So I just grew up not doing that. And even in my profession, I have to listen to behaviors and correct it and listen to phone calls. And a lot of times that sounds very unprofessional when I listen to these calls. And people don't always believe what you're saying, or they think you don't know what you're doing. If you do it in every sentence, it's horrible. Once in a blue moon, you're going to need to. But if you do it every other sentence, it's not good.
I agree. Yeah. And you always talk really well. She's really well spoken.
Oh my God, she's so articulate. Yeah. Oh my God, even as Beyonce.
Sandra, what do you think about and oh my God, I'm a Kardashian and I talk like this. Do you want to get rid of those filler words?
I kind of do, only because in the line of work that I do, it's good to lay back when you get off of work, with your friends and you're hanging out and stuff like that. And I do it all the time. I'm guilty of it. There you go. Prime example. But
you're doing great.
To take it off all the way, no. Because for me, it's okay. So for instance, I work, with the community, right? So a lot of things that we learn are from the new generation that is, that is flourishing. right now I'm still trying to figure out what 6'7" is.
Yeah,
I still don't know.
Nobody
That's a good
will
question.
tell me what it means. So, there you go. I just got off of work too. I still have my work clothes on and everything. But, for me, when I hang out with my friends and stuff like that, to me, it's hanging out, it's chilling and be able to be yourself.
Yeah.
Even if you have to use But on a Monday through Friday, from 8 to 5, excuse me, I am a professional, and I do talk to the community. I talk to parents. I talk to everyone. But when it's this time,
when it's chill time,
I'm off work, I'm gonna and
okay,
the likes,
like
I feel
and
that.
whatever, and all of that.
I feel that. Yeah.
Sometimes you're tired. You don't want to talk like a valedictorian or an accountant.
That's
you
true.
are so right. All right, moving right along, we're going to talk about AI and how there is a chart-topping song about that is done by an AI singer, so not a real person. And it's getting a lot of backlash because folks are feeling that the AI is getting all this credit and there's real singers out there who are struggling. So Bisma, do you like it or not, having an AI singer? Do you listen to AI songs? I don't.
I have never listened to an AI song, but now I'm curious, right? But at the same time, okay, there's so many artists, so many people in the creative field that are getting pushed out because of AI.
Yeah.
So it is hard. It is hard. I will say I definitely empathize with that.
Yeah,
so.
It's AI everything now. AI husbands, AI anchors.
Oh my God, I know.
So let's go to our virtual co-host. You guys are not AI, right? I'm just kidding. I'm not funny. I'm just trying to be funny. But
You're funny. You're funny.
Allison, do you like the AI singers? What do you think?
No, because I am a singer, and I definitely don't like this because it's not real. It's not real. It's not authentic. Like, I think if you can't stand in front of people as a human and make a noise with your God-given instrument, then you're not even performing. That's just a computer scientist. It's not a singer.
I agree. Computer scientist.
Yeah.
Melissa, what about you? AI singers, do you listen to them?
Hell no. Hell no. Sorry. There is so much talent out here. There's so many. I follow this guy on Instagram that he passes the mic to people who are walking by, and they are amazing. Amazing. Like, they just take out lyrics from anywhere. Why would anybody be so dumb enough to purchase a music that's generated from AI? Everything else that we're doing nowadays is generated from AI, whether it be a work email, a text message, a work letter. No. Listen to real people. There's so much talent out here to go around. There is no need for us to be going into the AI generation of singers. That is a waste of time and totally disrespectful.
Oh, that's a hard no.
Out here.
Absolutely. Woo. Beyonce for me. Okay, guys, great takes there. Keep those comments coming in because we're going to read them. But right now, we're going to head to a break. We'll be right back. We're going to talk about all these things and more, and an important reminder for this weekend.
Oh, my God.
Welcome back to Do You Like It or Not? We are going to talk about Starbucks. Things are getting heated there. Oh my God. So people are fighting about these Barista cups. I want to show you the picture really quick. People are going gaga over these cups. So several customers have taken to social media to talk about how the company handled the drop, saying that a lot of customers were not even able to get these Starbucks Barista cups, and they are saying that some of the baristas are hoarding the Barista cups. They're called Barista cups for themselves. So a lot of people went to Starbucks, were not able to get these Barista cups, and they're upset about it. And this is hot in demand. I really just feel like people just need something to fight about. Do you like this or not? Fighting with Starbucks because you didn't get this cup.
It is just kind of crazy to me how people just focus on the little things. I mean, honestly, it looks like the honey tube, the tube of honey, right?
Yeah,
that
it
you
does.
find at the grocery store. So I'm kind of like, guys, we already have this. We have this at home. So I don't know.
Alex and Doria, what do you guys think? These Barista cups, are you obsessed with them? Were you not able to get one? Do you like it or not?
I don't like the design. I think it looks a little creepy, although we did just have Halloween, so I guess that makes sense. I don't know what my boyfriend thinks, if he likes it or not.
I logged on to my work Slack at first thing in the morning. I forget what day it is. The first thing I see is somebody asking if somebody can check the Starbucks for the little bear things or whatever. I saw that they were like, yeah, they're gatekeeping them. They're only releasing a couple. I could care less. I couldn't care less about
It looks like a kid thing.
I know it does, right? But I feel like it's an adult thing.
I don't know. I guess Starbucks, their exclusive merchandise is very sought after, but not by me.
Sought after for but why?
I don't
It's
know.
so
But
weird.
their marketing communications team is doing well because they know what the people want.
I guess.
You know,
Barista
they want
cups.
bears.
All right, no judgments here. Okay, for everybody from DC, a new study shows that DC is the worst place to raise a family if you're thinking about having kids. The factors include income, the cost of living, life expectancy, children's health insurance coverage, and pediatrician availability, high school graduation rates, and reading and math proficiency. So Bisma, you're from the area, you're proud. Do you like it or not? Do you think the survey is kind of being hard on the DMV area?
You know what? I do think it's being hard on the DMV area. I do think we have a housing affordability issue. I mean, that is, quite literally something I lobby for. But I do think for so many other reasons, the DMV is awesome for the schools. There's so many events going on. It is a happening place. And there's so many job opportunities right now. Right now it's a little bit weird, but in general, I think it's a great place to raise a family, but we've got to make it a little bit more affordable. I do agree with that.
All right, let's go to our favorite couple in our Zoom room. Christina and Eddie, do you like it or not, DC being the worst place to raise a family?
I wouldn't say it's the worst place. There's probably other places that are worse, but we're suburban folks now. We're from Brooklyn, New York originally, so I guess I think it depends on if you're a city person versus suburbs. I don't know if they're saying it's the DMV or just the DC area. It sounds like it's just DC.
It's just DC.
DMV, I think overall the DMV is great. Like Maryland, Virginia are good places for a family. I think it just depends on your preference. So I don't know if I like or dislike this. I think it's just a preference.
Allison,
we prefer the suburbs.
For sure. Allison, I know you want to add to this.
Yeah, first, I don't even know what they really mean by saying the worst. And when you say that, you have to keep in mind that DC has many different areas. It's not all the same. So there may be a portion of it that might be a little more expensive, or there may be a portion where maybe the graduation rate is lower. So I think that's unfair to say DC in general is a bad place.
For sure. I feel like just the other day there was another survey that says it's the worst place to drive. So I think they always come out with, it's always something. They're always picking on DC a little bit. All right, now we're going to be joined with Jim Lokay. I hope I'm saying your last name right. I'm sorry.
Yeah. That's okay.
But
we're still new.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm still new. I'm still learning. But he has a really important announcement for this weekend.
So this weekend, we've been reporting President Trump is going to be going to the Commanders game as part of the Salute to Service for the NFL. We've been invited to be part of the pool going to the White House, going to the game with the president. We hope to get some questions in with him as well as part of other journalists, but it'll be a big deal, so we're looking forward to doing that this weekend. We'll have everything Sunday and Monday here on Fox 5.
Wow, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Wow,
It's a big
that's
interview.
exciting. Yeah.
Exciting stuff. So make sure you keep it locked here on Fox Local. Thank you so much for watching us tonight. Have a great weekend. Take care. Up next is Fox 5 at 8 p.m.